Today, we're going to do a brief walkthrough through the platform to get a better understanding on how to navigate the features and functionality that we were talking about. We will start off like much of Power Platform in our web-based browser experience at copilotstudio.microsoft.com. We initially see some very familiar components, the ability to navigate environments, as well as our left side navigation that allows us to access things like our solutions and other assets we've created in the space. I'll go ahead and get started by creating my agent using the Copilot experience. Once in this space, we can have a conversation with the agent to help generate instructions and descriptions for our agent to be able to work with. When we're done, we can go ahead and click Create and jump over into our actual built agent. We'll be able to see the details as well as those descriptions and the instructions that were generated through our conversation, as well as many other details on our Overview tab. On the right side, you can immediately see our testing area. Much like a Canvas app, we want you to be able to build and test within the exact same space. So as I make changes and add features and functionality to my Copilot, I have the ability to test them immediately within our maker space. I can ask questions, and interact with the conversation through my makerspace and being able to save those conversations as well as reset the conversation as needed. Moving on through the additional tabs, we can see our knowledge area where we have the ability to add information to ground our agent. We can see the public website, SharePoint, Dataverse, as well as the local file upload. By clicking on SharePoint, I get the ability to browse my local sites to search for the document libraries that I want to work with. Once I'm done, I can confirm that selection and provide a description for the agent for when it's supposed to use that knowledge source. Moving on to the next tab, we see our ability to add tools. Tools give us the ability to perform actions in different systems, like creating records and sending emails. By hitting Add Tool, we see some sponsored or highlighted components, but I can always search. So if I wanted to add a tool to be able to generate an email after our conversation, I would add our send email tool or send email with options. Once that's done, I can select it, add it, and go through the configuration process for that particular connector. The next tool is one of our newest. It's the ability to connect and add other agents that we've created within the Copilot Studio and Microsoft space. By clicking on the Copilot Studio tab, we can see other agents that I've built that I've made available to be connected to additional agents so that we do not have to repeat functionality. The last functional tab is going to be our topics. As you can see, there are many conversational topics that have been created for us. I do not need AI to be able to say hello for me, so that's one of those that's pre-configured, as well as some other topics that help drive conversational flow that are needed in every good agent build. The additional tabs are there to help us analyze our conversation and effectiveness of our agent. And then finally, we have our channels tab where we can see where our options are to publish our agent to available spaces like SharePoint, Teams, and M365. One of the more interesting areas is the settings tab, where we see a few more details about how the agent behaves. We were able to add things like security details, as well as additional languages and additional monitoring components to monitor agent effectiveness. On the generative AI tab, we see many different ways where we can influence not just the information available to our agent, but to the AI model itself. So the ability to use the new tools, influence which model is being selected, as well as whether we collect responses from users and information feedback.